Hello, my name is Emily Cartwright, and this is Culinary 1310, Principle of the Plate. And today we'll be making shrimp provençal with couscous. So for my mise en place, I've got couscous, oil, butter, white stock, white wine, parsley, tomato, garlic, and shrimp. So we're going to start off by prepping our tomato concassé, which is starting off by destemming and cutting an X on the bottom just so we can remove the skin. Got water boiling, and I'm just going to leave those in there for a couple seconds and shock them in an ice bath. I'm going to mix around the ice because they're melting them. There we go. We're going to let that sit, and now the skin comes off quite nice. Now, after we're done with that, we're going to cut them into quarters, and we're going to de-seed them. And you're going to do these to both tomatoes. Now in the end, I did end up having to do an extra tomato. So for 4 ounces, it is 3 Roma tomatoes. Large ones, not the tiny ones. So here we go after de-seeding them. And now we're going to cut them into strips. And then we're going to cut them into cubes. Next, we're going to start with heating oil in our saute pan on medium heat. And we're going to prep our shrimp. Now the shrimp that was available to me did not have any tails, but they are medium size. So it's going to be 16 ounces. And here I was just washing them. So here they are. They're put in that hot oil, and they sat there for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and they got that golden brown. We flip them, and then we're going to go ahead and remove them. It was a little complicated with one hand to remove them, but I used a slotted spoon and I just scooped them right up so I could leave that oil in there so I can cook my garlic. Now once the shrimp is removed, we're going to add in our garlic. Let's just kind of mix it all around, and we're going to let that cook down for a little bit. So now that it's all cooked down, we're going to deglaze with white wine. And after it's deglazed and reduced down to where it's dry, we're going to go ahead and add in our white stock. Now after the white stock, we're going to add in our tomato concassé and our parsley. And we're just going to go ahead and reduce that into a sauce-like consistency. Here we go. It's a lot thicker. It's very gorgeous. We're going to add our shrimp back in, and we're going to mix this all around. Now this dish here, the shrimp, it tasted very just good. Like the tomato brought the acidity, but it was subtle. It was not absurd. So now I'm just monte au beurre, which is finishing a sauce with butter. Here we go. It's a little bit melted. So we're going to go ahead and check the temperature of the sauce itself. It is 164. And we're going to go ahead and show you the final product of the shrimp. Here we go. We're going to cut one in half. You're going to see there's the inside, nice and fully cooked. Here we go. The shrimp was tender, not rubbery, so it wasn't overcooked. So we're going to move on to preparing our couscous. We're going to start by boiling 1 ounce of oil and 8 ounces of water. And we're going to add that into 1 cup of couscous. We're just going to stir that in, and we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes, and it will cook it nice and tender. Once it's done cooked and it's sat down for about 6 minutes, you're going to season to taste. I just use salt, and usually that's what couscous needs most of the time. So we're going to move on to plating. I figured since the name of the dish was over couscous, then couscous should be on the bottom for the plating. So I put 3 of the 4 servings of couscous on 3 plates. It gets cleaned up in the end. Yes, and we just make a bed right here. I started off with 6 shrimp, but because I only needed to make 3 plates, I did add a little extra shrimp on the edge. Not on the edge, on the top of it. And you could see I'm just adding a little extra sauce on the shrimp after I put it over the couscous, because I want to make sure it's not too bland and you want that flavor carried through to the couscous as well. Now the couscous didn't carry much flavor. It was more of a texture thing because of the little pearls. But together, the not so strong flavor with the strong acidity and very yummy shrimp, I think it went well together. It was nice and fresh. I garnished it with just some chopped parsley. So here's our final product, and I believe I did well.